You're listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
Hi, if you're struggling with your relationship or you just can't seem to find the right one, author Gerald Manuel has written an enlightening new book entitled How to Identify Your Spiritual Soulmate. You may order a copy today from Amazon.com or at BarnesandNoble.com. This book is sure to answer many of the questions you may have. Thank you and God bless you.
I'm Linton.
And I'm Louise. We're the Smiths.
And we're on Jerry Royce Live Worldwide.
And we are...
You are listening to PositivePower21.org with Jerry Royce.
What up? It's your boy Kano Kingston.
Hi, this is Angel Sessions.
Hey, this is Pat.
Hi, I'm Teresa Powell.
Hi, Jerry. This is Ira Sandro Carter.
Hi, this is Phil Powers.
Hello, this is Teresa Bobby with Jerry Royce Live.
Hi, I'm Philip Barron. I'm live on the Jerry Royce Show.
Hey, what it do? It's your boy Houston Saint.
Peace, this is Dahlia the poet, spoken word artist.
Hello, this is Lamar Marquise with Jerry Royce Live.
All right, everyone. You got Robin Lynn, and I'm keeping it live right now on Jerry Royce Live.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's up? This is a award-winning podcast with the greatest podcast on earth. Thank you for stopping by. I'm your host, Jerry Royce Live Worldwide on Internet Radio, where you get your positive on. So when it's all positive, it's all power. That's positive power. This is a worldwide podcast for growth, wealth, and success. Thank you.
Think you know how drugs get in those little brown bottles? Think again. Set in the green hills of western New Jersey, inside the gilded halls of power of a U.S. pharmaceutical company where decisions are worth billions of dollars and human lives worth less. Nicholas Harding, a young executive at Marshall Pharmaceutical, finds his career, family, and life in jeopardy. The Farmhouse, a suspense thriller novel by Bill Powers, published by Donna Inc. Publications, available at Amazon.com or DonnaInc.org. Go to Bill's webpage at www.author.BillPowers.com.
Are you looking for the next great read? A book filled with love, passion, betrayal, and intrigue. The award-winning novel, Season of Change, by Tamika Patrice Kane, is sure to satisfy your literary sweet tooth. Check out this must-read book reviewers are calling uplifting and emotional, and exceptionally great read, deeply intense and thought-provoking. Order your copy today, available in paperback and ebook on Amazon.com or at www.tamikapatrice.com.
Are you an author looking for promotional services or a reader looking for a great read at low prices? In this competitive world of books, Writing Royalty Promotions is dedicated to bringing authors and readers together to build a greater respect for literature through our various promotional services and online bookstore. So head over to WritingRoyaltyPromotions.com and check us out.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to PositivePower21.org. I am Jerry Royce Live Worldwide, and you're listening to episode 345 with Linton and Louise at linton-and-louise.org, jazz spell music artist. That's right, and before we read their bio and bring them on, let's hear a word from our sponsor, Tiffany Boyle of Emerged the magazine out of Washington, D.C. Coming soon.
Hey, this is Tiffany Boyle, CEO and Editor-in-Chief of Emerge Magazine, the new voice of business. Here inviting you to come out to celebrate with us at the Emerge premiere, May 29th from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. at the City Club of Washington, D.C.
located at 555 13th Street Northwest, Columbia Square. Again, that's May 29th in Washington, D.C. For more information, visit www.emergepremiere.com.
All right. Thank you, Tiffany Ball. And tonight on the show, we have Linton-and-Louise, jazz spell music artist. Linton is a longtime trumpeter in jazz and gospel. His wife, Louise, is a lifetime singer, pianist, songwriter, and gospel. Their fusion of gospel and jazz is a happily musical marriage. Linton and Louise are lovers of people, God, life, art, music, and each other. The Smiths are residents of Columbia, South Carolina, by way of Augusta, Georgia. He, in Charleston, South Carolina, she, and they lead a growing congregation in Camden, South Carolina, by the name of Restoration Family Worship Center. Their love for music, life, and ministry drew them together and keeps them grounded in each other, for each other, and with each other. Mr. and Mrs. Smith have 8 children and 13 grandchildren. Their life motto is, our name, one aim. They live by each one, reach one, stand it. The Smiths travel include the East Coast, Midwest, West Coast, and even overseas to present their music to churches, festivals, concerts, weddings, governmental functions, military installations, and countless other mediums of audiences. Together, they have performed opening acts for major label artists and have appeared on local television and radio shows and a national syndicated television show for performances and interviews. When coupled, Louise's soulful vocals, accompanied by Linton's mastery of the trumpet, is an eye and an ear experience you won't forget, or soon forget. And I present to you, ladies and gentlemen, Linton and Louise, and we're going to play a cut from this song before we bring them on. And the first song is going to be called Touch Me by Linton and Louise Smith, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Oh, wow. Beautiful song. Beautiful. Mr. and Mrs. Smith, welcome to Jerry Royce Live worldwide on PositivePower21.org. How you guys doing tonight?
Great. Doing great, Jerry.
All right. Thank you for joining me tonight. Wow.
Thank
man. That was awesome. Wow. Now, you guys independent? Are y'all independent labels?
Yeah, we're independent. We call ourselves Jazzful Minstrels, and we go under our name as an independent artist.
Yeah, beautiful. All right, well, you guys ready for your first question to get this thing going? Y'all ready?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. The first question is, who is Linton and Louise Smith?
You go ahead, darling.
I knew you could do that.
You know y'all.
Well, Linton and Louise Smith is an entity of love, of music, and of literary and spiritual gifts. We started professionally doing our work together 2005. Although, independently, we've been much longer. We have more than 30, 40 years experience in music, loving it, download, from God, and just so appreciative to, to be graced to give that away, to people. And it also helps us, in the time of trouble, to feel better. So that's basically Linton and Louise. You agree, honey?
Wow. Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's a journey that we're on, and, that's how we look at it. Basics of it all, our marriage. That's the knit. That's the bond. And, of course, God is the glue that holds it all together, and He's our guidance. And, it's just a beautiful thing because, our relationship is, how can I say, projected through our music. And, it's awesome because, I try to always, and where we try to always before we go on the stage, even if we have a little, difficulty or something, we try to get that all squared away, and even if we're not going on the stage or whatever, we try not to let a lot of time go by, without, getting that bond back together and getting whatever it is in the order that we need to get in order. But, it's a journey, man.
Yeah,
I can understand that. It's a journey. I can understand that because I was just thinking while you guys were saying that, I was just sitting here thinking, I said, wow, suppose my wife was sitting here in the studio with me. I'm sure she's going to be critiquing a lot of the things I say, and it's just going to make me mad or upset. And, sometimes you're not open to criticism when you think you're doing an awesome job. So it's like, I would love for her to be in here, but I don't know. Maybe it's best if we just have our own thing, which we do, and come together and talk about it at dinner. So I know it could be kind of challenging. So is that pretty challenging sometimes? Trying to be, try to critique and try to get good because you want to get good. And by you guys got to turn in at the end of the night with each other. It's not like you go your way and I go my way and we come together in the morning in the office. You bringing it home, right? Is that the challenge?
Right. It's always together. It's I don't know. It's like we were always. It was like we were always. When people ask us, how long have you been married? It's like 1 hour. It's like 100 years. It's the same. When my husband finds, something that will make me better, it doesn't always feel good to hear that because we always want to always be on top of our game. But because I come out of him and he comes out of me, we're intertwined, I receive that criticism, and he receives that criticism, and it makes us better. Now, I mean, sometimes, we have a band, and the band is called Upscale Music Group. And my husband is the leader of the band, and, because I'm the only girl in it, but then I hear things differently, and so then, I'll go, honey, he goes, here we go, girl, but then he yields. And it's just like on a highway. You can't always, you have to yield the right of way, and you have to stop, and you have to go, and you have to pause. So that's what our journey is basically about. I give way to him, and he gives way to me. And that's the great acceptance of love for each other and for the love of what we do. Because my husband is very professional in his music skills. He's learned. I'm not learned. I didn't go to school for my talent. God gave it to me. But I respect him. I value him, and he values me, and that's the cool of it,
That's right. That's right. Now I know it's pretty exciting, when you guys are, ministering people in church, and when you guys have your church and everything together. I know it's just crazy, and they can't wait for the performances to occur. They never know probably what you guys got up your sleeve. Now you said you guys are waiting for an assignment. Is that what you guys are doing right now?
Oh no, you had asked me if we were pastoring, and I told you we had left an assignment that pastoring. Yes, sir, but we're no longer pastoring right now. We went back to our home church where our Father in the Gospel is, and we're there now.
Oh, okay,
but we, yes, sir. But we are kingdom-minded Christians, and I know that kind of sounds odd, but what I mean by that is we go out in the streets, we go out and we help other ministries for a certain period of time, and we're very kingdom-minded. We try not to be in a niche or in a particular place, to be free for God to put us wherever He wants to. But we're not Mustangs because we still have a covering and somebody that we answer to.
And we're always serving. Yeah, we're always serving. I think that's probably the better way to put it. We're always serving.
That's right. We always serving, and we serving now. We don't know who's listening to this podcast. That's right. And, because people do have their challenges. And I was just listening to an old podcast that I played. She was one of my top 10 podcasts for 2014. I said, let me listen to this podcast. And, how can I get better? I have to critique myself because people are going to be kind and tell me I'm worldwide and I'm the greatest and everything. I know, I make mistakes on the show and sometimes get too excited. So I listen to myself sometime and say, wow, did I give the guests an opportunity to express themselves? Did I give them an opportunity to give God's, ministry, God's word tonight to someone that helps them? I have to think about that person is on this show because somebody's waiting to receive, just like right now. So
wow, that's awesome.
Now you guys are powerful. I can feel your power. You guys are serving. Now that you're at your home church, what's your purpose there now? You think?
Well, I can't, it gets back to the journey. You know what I'm saying? I try to be open to, whatever it is, that God wants, to do. And if, I'm asked to do something, then I'm ready to do that, So the purpose is just whatever the purpose is in the kingdom of God, and we're always first soul winners. That's, it's just like when I was in the Marine Corps, everybody was a rifleman. But everybody had their individual MOSs, that they was specialized in. But everybody was a rifleman. And I think everybody is a Christian from the standpoint that we are to go out into the world. And not necessarily mean that we're going out physically all the time, but on our jobs, when we at the Walmart, wherever, we're soul winners, and we're supposed to represent Christ. And that is the basic, But other things, I wait on my lead of, my bishop, my pastor, and if he wants me to do something, we gonna do that.
That's right. Now, this question for you, Louise.
He does toot that horn now. Don't let him think. Don't think that he don't be tooting that horn. He does. He toot it. Mm-hmm. And on occasion, I do play. I sing with the praise team. When that we have rehearsals at my house, and we do the praise team. But I agree with my husband. Whatever your hands find to do it. Do it heartily as unto the Lord. Yeah.
Now I got a question for you, Louise. Now, when you're in God's kingdom and you walking in His light, it's like you're on a stage. You're on a pedestal right now because there's a lot of couples struggling right now. And I think the internet is big right now to help people understand that, there's help out there. You just got to ask for it. And my question is to you is, do you think that other women are watching you so they know how to behave with their man, how to to treat him, and they looking at you guys and say, wow, how much longer are they going to be together? Are they really that good together? I don't believe they're that good together. Do you feel that pressure sometime, Louise?
Yeah, no, I get that question. A lot. And what I tell my girlfriends, my friends, people that are looking, because my husband is a very gallant man. He's always, serving me. He's just very kind and generous. He's a door opener. He's he's just very serving to me. But then I tried to beat him serving me to serve him because I greatly esteem him. And when people are watching that, this like, is this TV? Is this real? But I don't treat it no different in the street than I do at the house.
That's right.
And I tell them, it is my job to make my man happy. It is my absolute pleasure to make my man happy, because if I'm making him happy, then he can proceed in ministry and not have any qualms, any worries, any throwbacks, because he's satisfied, he's happy, he has his dwelling place. God is his dwelling place. I'm his dwelling place. He's my dwelling place. God is my dwelling place. And that whole of the heart is all of him and all of God. And that's the way it's going to be forever until he comes. And then even though we may not recognize each other in the heavens, if we were to recognize each other in the heavens, it'll be the same way. Because he chose me and I chose him. And that's just the way.
Boy,
can I say something on that?
I know you're going to say you fell in love all over again, right? Is that what you're going to say?
No, sir, because that's a given right there. But what I'm saying is the problem a lot of times I feel is that what the Word of God tells us to do is to become one. And when we do not become one, that's where we have discrepancies, because if something's wrong with you, say your clothing, because you sound like you're a really neat dressing, kind of, all that kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? So if something's out of place, you're going to correct that, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So it's the same thing when two people come together as husband and wife, you become one. And it's like a symbiosis relationship, because when she looks bad, I look bad. Or if she looks, or vice versa. And we're always, knitting on that relationship to get closer and closer. And it's amazing because sometimes, we think about the same thing sometime at the same time, and little things like that, because we're working on that relationship. And I know a lot of people may say, hey, I ain't about all that. I need my space and all of that. Yeah, you do need your space, and we do need our space too from time to time, but we do not carry long from always, trying to knit that thing together as one.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. And I appreciate the God of my husband. I appreciate the man of my husband. I appreciate the friend of my husband, because actually he's all the men of the world to me. He's all the men of the world to me. And
now,
I really
you guys,
love it.
I'm going to tell you two something else. Now, if God didn't set you guys up to minister to some other ministers and first ladies that are having problems, because, I talk to a lot of people, and I've seen some breakups in the church. I talk to ministers on their second or third wives, and some of them on their first, and maybe just 2-3 years in. Like, I've been married for 23 years, so I know what you guys talking about. And I would say that wasn't a hallmark moment from both of you guys. That was deep. I was feeling y'all. I was feeling, because, people think because you're in the church and you guys are ministers and you do this, they think that you guys got all the answers, and they never going to see you guys mad at each other. That's why I asked that question.
Oh, please.
That's not true.
We got the stories, don't we, Papa?
Oh, absolutely. Because you got to know how to work through it all. When it's good, you got to know how to work through, because that's the easy part. But the hard part is when it's bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and you are going through some stuff, And, that's just like whether it's towards you, each other, or whether you dealing with some outside situations. And man, I tell you, there have been some times, especially, dealing with the job market and stuff like that. I come home, man, I'm beat down.
Yeah,
okay, well, I come home, and she said, baby, can I rub your feet? What can I do for you? And a lot of times she'll just do it. She'll just, look, sit down, baby, let me get your shoes, stuff like that. And, you know, I don't require that of her. I don't require that of her. She do it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amen.
That's because that
Amen.
love is there. And what's really amazing is just remembering the vow. Just remembering the vow. The vow is a promise for life. And it says, for richer, for poor. Because, honey, let me tell you, we had some good money. And then there was no money.
Yeah.
But we had to remember the vow. And then, you know, sickness, you know, because I had a stroke in 2013. I was the most vulnerable that I could be. Every time I could look over to the left or to the right, honey, my husband was there. He'd get off his job, he'd come there. Sometimes he'd get his sit in the bed with me. Honey, you want to see what's funny when he's rolling my hair because I can't do it. And he don't know how to roll no hair, but it was just the love of it. Just him sharing that space of time with me, saying, you know, I'm here for you. God is here, and I'm here. I'm the tangible part of God. And, baby, you can't get it no better than that, you know? You can't get it no better than that. I love that whole thing. Yeah.
That's awesome. So when those ministers out there are letting other outside influences in, and that seems to be their problem. They're letting, you know, some of the, I guess the beast has made his way inside his doors, and he's come to break up the union. What would you say to a man like that, Linton, who's weak? What would be your advice to him?
Now, you mean like if some woman is trying to hit on him or something like that?
Yeah, yep. In the church, several of them probably lined up. You know, they like the guy that's leading the church, the leader. You know, they're attracted to the leader. They look up at him every day, every Sunday. You know,
right.
You know, they got a mission. They want that man. What would you say to a guy like that?
What I would say to that person, it starts at home, because if you have a bond at home, okay, and you have to realize and understand, you know, it's always, the grass is always or seemingly greener on the other side. But when you make that commitment and go on the other side, you be looking back and saying, what in the world have I done? You know, and so, you know, it's just that if you cultivate a relationship with your wife, first of all, then you're not going to want to go on the other side, you know, to do that. And basically, all of that is going to come from a love towards God. Because if we have a love towards God, He is going to cause us to love others, because as we get closer to God, we submit more and more. The farther away from God we are, the less submitted we are, and the less wild and the more wild we are. If you understand what I'm saying. But
and
there's no
must
way
make a decision. You must make a decision to love. You must make a decision to like. You must make a decision to do, regardless. Because I'm going to tell you something. With our raggedy self, you think God, you know, His love compels Him to love us. But we're so nasty and unlovable. But He makes a choice to love us through our mess, in our mess, out of our mess. And that's how He loves the church, and that's how the man loves the woman, and that's how the woman loves the man.
Yeah, definitely. You started off with God, and then God will help you to love your mate. And if you have those two things in order, it's going to be difficult for you to, you know, be looking, you know, or even if you're invited, you know, you'll have the strength to say, no, I don't want to do that, because that's not what I need to do, you know.
That's right. That's right. Come too far, man. And, you know, I had an opportunity to, you know, be in the entertainment world for a while. My brother, you know, he was a model, and we got a chance to, you know, travel to D.C. a lot and, you know, do a lot of shows in the Baltimore area, and got a chance to meet a lot of people, you know, in the hair industry, fashion industry, straight, gay, everybody. You meet everybody in the industry.
Right,
and
right.
You get a chance to meet some of the most beautiful women you've ever seen in your life. Sometimes you can't even believe they're talking to you. So I think, my opportunity to meet those type of people and travel a little bit and have a lot of fun. And so when I turned 28, 29, I knew I was ready. And I knew, I dated a while before I found the right one. Because I said, when I find the right one, I want to make sure that's the right one. And because I want to be fair to her and right, in God's eyes.
Right.
So 23 years and raising 3 kids,
all right.
Everything's still looking good. Still hanging in there, man. Still
That's
hanging
great.
in there.
And I just want to say one quick thing about what you said about beautiful women. That's a deception because beauty is within. Beauty is from within out. And, a lot of us as men make that mistake. We go for the outward beauty, and then you mess around and you marry something. What did I do? Because that beauty is going to go away, but then what's on the inside will be there. So if you get the right thing on the inside from the beginning, then you're going to be good to go. And I have to say, I found that in my wife.
That's right, man. You got to get out the system.
You ain't saying I'm ugly, are you, Papa?
You got to have a little eye candy. And I always found out with women, especially black women, I think, you're going to find something in them that's just going to keep your eye, looking at them all the time anyway. It's like a jewel, somewhere, whether it's their ears, their lips, their eyes, their hands. It's going to be legs. You got some people got legs to die for. That's right.
We are designed beautifully.
Absolutely.
But I tell my husband, it's okay. It's all right to look. Because men look at me. But when they look at me, I tell my husband, I said, baby, they just enjoying your taste, honey.
I like that. Woo, man. He can't wait till you get home. Wow. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's right. Just like my uncle used to say, they just warming me up.
Oh, yeah. And you got, since we're on the subject, and you got to keep stirring the pot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know how people who are in disagreement, every now and then they got to do something else to keep the pot stirred. Well, that thing works the other way, too. You need to do things to keep the love and everything stirred, make them, go back on their heels. Wow, you did this for me? And, whatever, leave a note or sing a song to me. Even if you can't sing, it's just a thought, do something.
Because I'm saying, my husband, he cooked for me. What day was that, honey? Sunday? I'm sorry, baby. But it was horrible. The food was horrible, but it was the love that he put in it.
I have to admit it was.
It was just, it was just touching that he put the pot on. You know what I'm saying? That, he wanted to do that for me because usually I'm the cook. But see, I teach you to put spice in your life. If you ain't putting no spice in there, your food is going to be bland. And I'm not talking about from an eating standpoint. I'm talking about the spice of life. Put on your lipstick, put on your heels.
Keep it hot. Keep it hot.
Yeah, keep it hot. Don't be wearing the church clothes in the bedroom. I don't believe it.
Right.
I'm going to love God until he comes. But he made me to love my man. And I ain't saying.
Uh-oh.
You know what? A lot of people, too, they and listen, we have our moments, okay? I want to put that out there, but I want to say this. A lot of people wonder why things are not going good. Another reason is they don't sow no seeds. You got to sow seeds in your marriage. You got to sow love. You got to sow kindness. You got to sow consideration. And it's going to come back to you. That's a law. I don't care whether you're in the church or out of the church. Whatever you sow, hey, you can't plant pears, you know what I'm saying, and expect to get apples. Whatever you sowing, or if you don't sow nothing, then, hey, you're not going to get anything.
All right. Now, I know, Louise, you probably got to get ready to go now. We're going to take a break, and then we come back. We're going to talk to Mr. Smith about the business you guys what you guys doing out there, how people can meet you, how they can hear you, see you, social media, all that good stuff. Okay, sound good?
Yes, sir.
All right, and we appreciate, Louise, you joining us tonight and laying down that heavy information, because some people forget, and somebody got to remind us, and you just remind us what we need to do. That's right. Sowing that seed. Bring it home hot. That's right. And like my uncle say, they just warming you up. That's right. for your girl. All right. Hold tight, y'all. We're going to hear a word from Marilyn Dunn. All right. And her and Kevin Dunn, they excellent couple, too. Love talking to them. Here they go.
Hi, I am recording artist Marilyn Dunn from St. Louis, Missouri. If you are looking for some soul-stirring, anointed, spiritual, and heartfelt music, visit my website at www.marilyndunnministries.com. Or you can also find me on CD Baby, iTunes, and Reverb Nation. For booking information, contact Mr. Kevin Dunn at 636-856-0551. That's 636-856-0551.
Are you looking for a great book of poetry that is romantic, heartfelt, and full of male emotion? Then get Thoughts, Love, and Reflections by James K. Deshay. That's Deshay. Go to www.jamesdeshay.com. You will enjoy Thoughts, Love, and Reflections.
That is Since I Met You. All right, and that's Linton-and-Louise-Smith. Now, you guys have a lot of albums out there, man, where people can go right out to your store on your website, which is linton-and-louise.org. And, man, you guys been doing this for a while now.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Linton, tell us a little bit about the business, how your business work, man. You got the music store, you guys are performing. Are y'all managing yourselves also?
Oh, no, sir. Actually, what we did up until not long ago, and we was blessed to meet a wonderful lady. Her name is Felicia Knight with Axe Entertainment Management. And if you are an indie artist or you're not or whatever, and you need to be managed, she's awesome. Her number is 404-432-7648. Again, that's 404-432-7648. And if anybody would like to book us, that would be the number to call.
All right, that's right. And you can find her out there on Facebook too, X. That's right, like ACTS Entertainment Management. So you go ahead and search for them on Facebook, And Felicia is a
sir.
very nice person. She's been good to us, bringing us excellent guests each and every time. And we do really appreciate the connection with her. Now, you have about, 8 CDs out there on the market?
Well, I think it's about, I guess so. Actually, 2 of them are singles. And one is Beyond the Clouds. It's a single that my wife did, and she did that in association with her book.
Okay.
But the other one is Jazz on the Rocks, which is a single I did myself. I wrote that song, and I had a friend of mine who plays trombone, Hank Bilal. He's an awesome trombone player, and he's featured on that CD.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and we have the other ones are full-blown CD projects, to include a Joyful Sounds of Christmas, which is our Christmas CD.
Yeah, wow! I can't wait to get that one. Now, tell us a little bit about your journey, man. We got a little bit more time. Now that we involved with social media, tell us what the journey's been like dealing with social media for you guys. 'Cause I know you guys started out probably old school, doing it the way everybody was doing it. You do your performances. You go to any place that will accept you. Try to sell some CDs, keep it moving. Tell us about the transformation.
Sir. Well, actually, it's really something because the music industry itself is changing, and we've been around long enough to kind of see that and being a part of it. And so what's happening is people who would not have normally, got any kind of attention or, any kind of being featured on anything, like you said, the Internet has changed that. And definitely it is a tool that, we've utilized to, just post ourselves, wherever we can and so forth and so on. And the thing of it is, and we ran into a lot of difficulties the old school way because things were shut down. You had to go to certain people. You had to, do whatever it is, pay money to them and stuff. And we've been ripped off too, and went through that. And what that's caused me to do is we have a radio station. Actually, we have 2 radio stations. One of them is down right now because I'm changing my platform. I'm coming from another platform. But I have a radio station. It's called Jambox Radio. And I am doing everything I can to, other than, about, you got overhead and stuff. But, I tried to reach out to the indie artists to try to help them to get playtime. And like you said, the Internet has made that an available thing. You know what I'm saying? And so, we try to reach out to them and, play them. We do interviews, and, we have a few pages on Facebook, and, we display them and, just try to help them get jobs or whatever, And also, along that lines, we try to educate them, too, in the fact that, how they needed to, have their stuff copyrighted. And, just as an artist, a lot of them, they don't understand, about their music and how it, how it should be as far as, when you send it out to somebody, you got to make sure, a few things is happening. Number one, people can find you. And number 2, they know this is your music. You know what I'm saying? Right. And also, you need to have Twitter and Facebook. And I can't understand people who say, well, I don't like to do Facebook. I don't like to do, well, you don't want to do the business then, because that's what it's about right now.
That's right. You out of business.
Yeah.
That's
so,
right.
Yeah.
Now tell me about Jambox. Where can people find Jambox at?
Oh, you mean Jambox Radio?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. It's www.jamboxradio. We're coming off of Live 365 platform with it, and that's what we're doing, and that's our how can I say birth canal, because we're looking down the road that when we grow beyond that, we're going to go ahead and do our own thing. You know what I'm saying? But
That's
for right now, as far as licensing and stuff like that, it's very affordable,
That's right.
Because,
let's back up a little bit. Now, spell that for me. You said there's jam, like J-A-M?
Yes, sir, jam, J-A-M.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next word is vibes.
Oh, vibes.
V-I-B-E-S. Yes, sir, jam vibes.
Okay.
And then radio. You can Google it and you can get to it, or either you can just go straight to the page. Is www.jamvibesradio.biz, B-I-Z.
Biz. Okay. All right.
Yes, sir.
So you said, basically you said you guys host other indie performers. You do interviews. Now, is that 24/7? Is stuff in rotation all day, or is this a set time? You got like allocated
No,
time?
sir. We running 24/7. The way what's happening is with the station is that we go from 6 until 9 at night, gospel and gospel jazz, and then from 9 until the next morning we're running jazz. But I still mix in some gospel jazz in there too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we have every Monday we have what we call the Artist Scope. That's where we interview our people. And actually, I don't know whether you know Mr. Larry Robinson, but we were very fortunate to catch him, the interviewer. You know what I'm saying? He interviews a lot of gospel artists around, and he's I did an interview with him last night, and it'll air this Monday on the Scope.
All right.
Yes, sir. And then Wednesdays we run what we call Bible Answers. Amazing Facts. We're partnering with them. We went to them, and they allowed us to air this show. Very interesting, Mr. Doug Baxter, I think is his name, and he's very, intuitive as far as the Bible is concerned, and people call in and, ask questions.
Wow.
And on Fridays, I ain't gonna take up a bunch of your time, but we got a few shows going on, and to
man, this your show. This your show right now, man. This is interesting,
yes, sir.
man. People need to know this stuff, because you gotta remember it's hard to find everything. So
yes,
most
sir.
of the time you stumble across information like this when people just voluntarily tell you in an interview. That's how I found most of the most exciting TV shows on cable was from podcasts. So no, I welcome this anytime, Mr. Smith. Matter of fact, I want to talk to you right after the show about what we're doing, and maybe we can cross promote each other. And
that sounds like a great idea. And you know what? That is an excellent idea. See, people don't understand. They think that they're going to hinder themselves by trying to, not cross with other stations or other artists if you're an artist. You know what I'm saying? But all that's doing is giving you exposure because there are billions of people out there. You know what I'm saying?
Over 800 million on Facebook.
You know what I'm saying? And so you all you're doing is you never know if you go and you help somebody. And I do really believe in the seed sowing. If you help somebody, that stuff is going to come back to you. And I'll tell you a little story. One of the other things that we do on the station, we have this what we call business updates. And what I do is I go around in my city and I interview, mainly targeting the private-owned businesses, small businesses. I interview them. I give them a shout-out on the radio that I run the whole week. I interview them, give them about a 10-minute, 5 to 10-minute interview. I run that the whole week as well. And I have a page on Facebook that I put their business up, so that people can see, that they're here and what they do, And I know that, that's going to come back to me.
That's right.
And it's going to come back to me, and I don't charge them a dime for it,
Wow.
Don't charge them anything,
Now, do businesses have an opportunity to, place their display cover or book or album on your website so people can see it after they hear the interview?
Oh,
so
yes. Well, actually, we're I'm the only one that's running my station right now, and I'm looking actually for a graphics person, to help me. But one thing I do is on the Artist Scope, and I got to catch back up. But I got some up there now. I have a page on there that's called The Artist Scope, and I have a picture of each one of the artists that have come on the show, and I got it embedded, their website, embedded in their picture, so people can click and it'll take them to, their personal websites or their Facebook page.
Good. Yeah, man. The internet is just so big right now that when you do run across somebody's website, it's like a web that a host. It's a hub. I call them hubs, which means if they see somebody, say, "Wow, this seems interesting." Listen to the music, they like it, they click on it, they buy it. So I always try to make a connection with Amazon, since it's one of the largest retailers online. It's really dependable. It's it's secure. People feel comfortable with it. Amazon don't play no games, so you got to come correct. So I like to use their platform. So they have great artwork. Most of the time, a lot of the artists do use their platform. All right. I think we lost Mr. Linton. Somebody call just dropped. Mr. Linton, you still there? Okay, look like his call just dropped. We'll let him come back in. We're talking to the Linton-and-Louise-Smith, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. He will be back in here. His call just dropped a second ago, but all right, while we wait for Mr. Smith to dial back in, we're going to go ahead and go to commercial real quick. Another message from Tiffany Boyle of Emerge Magazine.
Hey, this is Tiffany Boyle, CEO and Editor-in-Chief of Emerge Magazine, the new voice of business. Here inviting you to come out to celebrate with us at the Emerge premiere May 29th from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. at the City Club of Washington, D.C., located at 555 13th Street Northwest, Columbia Square. Again, that's May 29th in Washington, D.C. For more information, visit www.emergepremiere.com.
All right, Mr. Linton, you back? Mr. Smith?
Yes, sir. You know how them cell phones is, man. They got a mind of their own.
Yeah, man, you be just a chit-chatting and disconnected. All right, well, we ran a commercial, so now, man, I really appreciate you sharing the information, man, about, your radio station, because people do need to know that, because, one, we find out Facebook is changing the game, so they're telling us now that you need to have a website now. You need to have a website where you can start bringing people to your website so you can do business with them and they can do business with you. You just can't use Facebook exclusively to promote what you're doing, because people keep it moving with their news feed, man, just like Twitter. You think you're going to come back and finish reading that piece? No, that thing gone, man. So you gotta find a way to offer them, give them some candy to come to your website and do some business with you, and then have other friends there waiting to do the same thing for you. So I appreciate you sharing that information. Now, you're a long-time trumpet player. Your wife is your singer. What are you guys doing offline? Where can people find you guys? Do you guys have any performances set up where people come see you guys out there where you are now in South Carolina?
Well, right now we're actually this weekend we'll be heading to Baltimore, Maryland. And,
get out of here!
Yeah, we're going to be in a place called. Wow. Let me see if I can get it here for you.
You're gonna be right here in Charm City, huh?
What is the name? It is called. You ever heard of Holy Mountain International Ministries?
No, I sure haven't. You said Holy Mountain.
It's in Greenbelt, Maryland.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's like
yeah. We're gonna be going to Maryland.
Yeah, we don't live too far from there. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we're going to be there the 8th through the 10th. We're going to leave out tomorrow early, and I think our first ministry opportunity, I think, is my wife is on top of schedule, but I think we're doing something Saturday and Sunday, I believe it is, there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my wife, she's going to be taking, and let me get this in. My wife is a publisher. She has a publishing company called Kingdom Builders Publications, and it's Christian, and she's only been doing it for about a year or so, and she's published probably, and I'm just guessing now, but I know over 15 books, and she's still got people coming, And while she's up there, as a matter of fact, she has some. She's going to be doing some consultations. People going to be bringing her manuscripts and stuff. And
wow.
So, if you know anybody, and actually let me see. Let's see here. If there's
so is that an all-day? So those are all-day events where you guys going on Saturday? Is it going to start like a certain time and wind up at a certain time?
Well, it probably will, but I wish I had the number to the church. Excuse me. But the name of the church, if anybody's interested, is called Holy Mountain International Ministries. And it's on 7755 Bell Point Drive in Greenbelt, Maryland. And she actually, the pastor and Sister Bello that pastors the church, they're two of my wife's authors. And, they were really excited about, how they were treated and everything. And so they lined up some people for my wife to consult with, that's going to be bringing the manuscripts and stuff, like that.
Oh, wow, man. I got to bring my team out there, man. Tell you what, when we finish up the show, if you can inbox me when you get all the information, because I'm actually going to be on the road Saturday early as I can. Because I know my son told me he want to go to the gym. So when he finished with his class, then I'm going to head on down Eastern Shore. But on my way back, I'd like to see if I can fit my schedule and come by and interview you guys for my YouTube channel. That'd be awesome, man. And get
that would be great. We would love it, man.
Yeah, you got to give me the time that you guys are going to be there, and I could try to call. Because my mom, she didn't really have anything planned. I was going to just drop her a gift. I'll spend a little time with her, chit-chat. She don't really like to go out to eat or anything. She likes to do her own home cooking, so I did want to get a visit in with her and try to, because my wife, she got to have her day too. It's hard to fit two mothers in one day when they out of town.
Yes, sir.
So I gotta, Mom tried to give me some grief. Why my visit gotta be Saturday? Mom, the kids don't drive. The kids are 12 and 14. They don't drive right now. You know how they try to do a brother.
Yes, sir. You got to balance that thing out now.
Yeah, I said, Mom, it's a weekend. It's a day. It's a day. I'm going to be with you. That's the thing. So, but I still like to fit you guys in too, man, and do some business. I know, Jerry was like, I can't be everywhere, but I could try.
Yes, sir.
I could try.
Yes,
sir.
Well,
I really appreciate that.
If you don't even make it, man, I appreciate the even thought, man, that you would even think enough of us, man, to even consider us to do something like that. And we're truly honored to be on your show, man,
Yeah,
yes,
I appreciate it, man. So, I'm going to try to work it in, man. Even if you guys are starting at, 12 and I go visit you guys first, then go see her, it's going to work out. We're going to make it happen. I just need to find out what your time frame is, and I'll be able to, make it happen. Because it's going to be, it should be a beautiful day, man, for traveling. So I'm hoping the sun always shines on Mother's Day weekend, so it should be all good, man. All right, we're going to take another commercial break. Get my man Gerald Emmanuel in again, and then we come back, man. We're going to get your final thoughts on tonight's show. Sound good?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. Gerald Emmanuel. That's right. Y'all check it out. Gerald Emmanuel actually has a podcast with us. He's not streaming right now. We should have him streaming for the weekend right now. He has done 2 shows with us. We're hoping to have him back again, and hopefully we'll be able to invite Mr. Smith to be part of that talk. I think you enjoy that, man, so we definitely got to include you, man, on that piece, because this brother wrote a pretty deep spiritual book, which was pretty much designed for people who haven't gotten married yet, but I know you can be able to chime in on that conversation, so that'd be nice if we can involve you in one of those shows coming up, okay? All right.
Sounds great, sir.
Here we go. All right, here we go. Gerald Emmanuel.
Hi. If you're struggling with your relationship or you just can't seem to find the right one, author Gerald Emmanuel has written an enlightening new book entitled How to Identify Your Spiritual Soulmate. You may order a copy today from Amazon.com or at BarnesandNoble.com. This book is sure to answer many of the questions you may have. Thank you, and God bless you.
Hey everyone, this is Tanika Gonzalez, spoken word poet, Whenever I'm online, I'm always listening to Jerry Royce Live. You can find Jerry on www.spreaker.com. Positive Power 21.
Hi, this is Angel Sessions, and when I'm in town, I listen to Jerry Royce Live, positivepower21.org, where they play my favorite music.
That's right, Angel. We play your favorite music, and you know you're one of our favorite artists of all times. Angel be turning up the charts. Independent urban gospel singer, Angel Sessions. Check her out, y'all. She's been good to positivepower21.org. Her and Artists United with Kelly Lee. That's right, bringing those ultimate artists here to be presented on Positive Power. You can check them all out on our billboard. Go to the page where you can find our guests, and you see all her artists lined up. You got Evolve 3, Erica Kane, and Angel Sessions, the beautiful Angel Sessions. And their music is simply awesome. Also, some videos on the channel. We do play videos of some of the artists that are out there to help promote what they're doing. And so far, it's really working. People know where they can go now to find out what's going on. And we try to bring as many people. And again, your manager, Felicia Knight, excellent person, good source. Good source. Anybody out there, looking to start up a podcast and, you got your thing together, they watching you now because they told me, they gave me a year. They was watching me, Mr. Linton, and they contacted me right after a year and said, hey, we want to do business with you. We like what you're doing, and I appreciate it. I said, God is good. It has to be the power of God. Definitely. Yes, I remember Mr. Linton starting off as a little 7th grader with my little CB radio, man, broadcasting all over the Baltimore, man, hitting D.C. Sometimes I skip down to Texas, acting a fool, man, up all night, man, talking to strangers. So, yeah, man, I remember that, man.
Just sowing them seeds, grateful. Man. Sowing them seeds.
No, man. I would have never known that God would bring me to this point, man. I just had Cindy Williams on the show. That was one of our favorite TV shows growing up, was Laverne and Shirley, Happy Days. And she was on the show. We had a good time. So y'all check. We promoting everybody, man. Where have they been, and where are they going? That's right. God is good, man. We had a good spiritual talk on this show, man. She laid some good information, and she's going to be in the Baltimore area too. I'm not sure exactly. I got to find out from her publicist where she's going to be when it's open to the public. I know it's a couple closed book signings, but I let everybody know because I know they want to meet Cindy because she was an all-time favorite in the African American community. So that'll be exciting. Mm-hmm. She's gonna be in the D.C. area. So everybody coming to Baltimore and D.C. That is ultimate. That is awesome, man.
Wow.
All right, man. You ready to give us your final thoughts on tonight's show?
Yes, sir. I just, first of all, again, I just want to thank you, Jerry, for having us on the Jerry Royce Live Worldwide show.
You're welcome.
I think it's awesome what you're doing, sir, and I appreciate the fact that, you are trying to give people exposure, so that people can know, what's going on. And that's vital. That's really vital today, in the world that, we're living in and so forth. And, of course, like you pointed out, the Internet, it's changed a lot of stuff, And so, we have to utilize that to our advantage, to get the word out concerning our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ,
That's right.
And, what we need to be doing, in these last and evil days, So appreciate you, man, so very much.
Yeah. It's funny, man, I'm blessed to have an earthly father too, and I remember I was having such a good time on this program, man. I was trying to bring light to relationships and everything, but the only people I was really interviewing on my show was erotica writers, and they were coming on, man. They were taking this thing bull places, and my father called me up one day. He said, son, I know what you're trying to do, but I'm not sure about that program. And I was like, well, Dad, men and women don't really understand each other. We got to have real talk. And I knew my rebuttal wasn't good enough. But I said, I tried, but I said, I'll revisit it. And here today, man, we had an opportunity to have you and your wife on, and we spent the first half of the show, not being unselfish. You guys didn't sit there and, pumped CDs down everybody's ear. Y'all sat there and talked about how good God has been in your relationship and the challenges. So you guys was up front. I really appreciate that, man. So that tells me right there that I need to introduce the Christian community a little bit more, And we're going to do that with the help of Pastor Gerald Manuel's going to help us with that. We're going to have some God talk, man. Some God talk. So we're going to set that up, make sure that it meets your schedule, meet his schedule. And we get on here and teach these young boys, the direction God wants us to go when it comes to choosing a man. And it was funny, man, just the other day, just to piggyback off you guys, a young guy, I didn't know what he wanted at the job. I used to manage him a couple years ago, and he saw me because I was back at that location, and he said he wanted to talk to me. So I gave up my lunchtime, because normally, man, I like to meditate and take a little nap, man. And I said, okay, it must be important. And he told me, basically he's interested in giving up just the dating scene and find someone serious, and what should he expect? He want to know what should he see? What is he looking for? What does he want? I said, basically, dude, you can't be selfish anymore. That was my biggest advice to him, is that you just have to, put it all on the table and tell her, this is me right here, and just introduce yourself and her to each other and find out if it could be a union and see what happens. Bring God into it. See what happens. Because he said it's been a struggle here in Baltimore. I said, well, you might have to go to D.C., man, because D.C. is us, man. D.C. is us. Yeah. All right, man. Well, I hope to see you guys this weekend, man. We're going to try and make this thing happen. So you hold tight. We're going to exchange some information. And ladies and gentlemen, this was an awesome show. I appreciate the Smiths coming on here, Mr.and-Mrs-Smith, coming on here sharing their life, not just their music ministry, but their union that God has blessed them with. A lot of us are being blessed every day, and we take it for granted that person's going to be there when you get home. I've known many couples, guy came home and the house was cleaned out. Not cleaned up, but it was cleaned out. And it was like, what the heck happened? Sometimes they get bored. It don't necessarily mean you messing around. They could just be getting bored, and they said they rather be bored by themselves. So I was glad, man, that you and your wife laid it out there like that. That was a blessing. All right, y'all. I tell you all the time, if you want to hear the good stuff, you got to listen to Jerry Royce Live worldwide on positivepower21.org and Spreaker.com/positivepower21 if you on your smartphone. All right, y'all. Take care. And thanks for listening in, because I'm Jerry Royce Live, and I'm worldwide. Thank you for tuning in to Jerry Royce Live on positivepower21.org and Spreaker.com/positivepower21. This is a Royce Enterprises production. And don't forget about replay on Facebook.com/Jerry Royce Live. All right, y'all. Stay awesome all week long.